Ladies and gentlemen, what is going on, everybody? This is Joseph Conlon coming to you with your AEW Fyter Fest preview and predictions on Sunday, June 28th, 2020. It's been one crazy week, man. Let me tell you. It's been one crazy week. Hasn't really been a good one as well. Still all these sexual allegations going on with Marty Skrull and the Velveteen Dream, which just crushes my heart because I was a huge fan of the Velveteen Dream. I even bought his merchandise. You guys seen me wear his merchandise on the channel before, his t-shirt, but I'm not doing that anymore. I feel disappointed as a Velveteen Dream fan, and he just threw his career out the window for absolutely nothing. And then more bullshit in the wrestling community as well. It's just been not that great of a week for me personally, but hopefully next week will be better. We got Fyter Fest next week. I've decided that I'm going to take a week off of WWE product, so I was supposed to have Tim Vader on for the Raw review tomorrow night, but that's not going to happen. I will bring Tim back on the channel. We'll find a different date and do a collaboration together. But this week, I just need a week off from WWE television. Raw, NXT, and SmackDown. I just need a week off from it. I really do. But that's that. And then I got some future news for the Big Fight Field channel. I don't know what the schedule is going to be, but like how the schedules are going to change and stuff like that, because I'm actually starting a new job starting tomorrow down the shore, so I'm not sure how the weekly upload schedule is going to be. That's one of the reasons why I won't be doing a Raw review, because I actually start work tomorrow night. I go in at 4 o'clock, I think. Yeah, 4 o'clock for work tomorrow for the first time. It's some training day. And then on behalf of Eddie Mullins, he decided that I'm going to take full ownership of the Big Fight Field channel, and he's going to focus on his own career, because like I've said, he's so busy, man. He's really busy. He's working too. He's trying to be a pro wrestler at the Monster Factory. So, Eddie, if you're watching, man, thank you for everything you did for the Big Fight Field channel. You actually came up with the idea of me and you starting this YouTube channel and starting the Big Fight Field, and he actually came up with the name, and just pushing in great ideas for the channel, and doing the pay-per-view reviews to me, and the vlogs with the Dynamite in October and the Elimination Chamber. So for everything you did, I want to thank you, and you are welcome back on the channel anytime you want. I give you open arms back to the Big Fight Field channel whenever you want, my man. So thank you for everything, and I'll be sure to keep contact with you. But that's the intro for this video, and without further ado, let's start previewing predictions for AEW Fyter Fest. We are going to start with night one of Fyter Fest, as we have Jurassic Express, Jungle Boy, and Luchasaurus versus MJF and Warlow. And I forgot to mention in my intro, as you guys probably noticed on my face, I spent most of Saturday on the beach, and yeah, it did not turn out that good for me. As you can see right here, it did not turn out good for your boy Joseph Conlon whatsoever, but we'll recover from it, and hopefully the sunburn goes away before. Hopefully I feel better before I go into work tomorrow. So I want to get that out of the way. Let's talk about Jurassic Express versus MJF and Wardlow. This has been a pretty fun feud with mostly Jungle Boy and MJF, which actually started at Double or Nothing, or a little bit before Double or Nothing. Um, and then they had a match at Double or Nothing with MJF barely beating Jungle Boy. And the feud continued where Jungle Boy won the Battle Royal to challenge Cody for the TNT Championship. Um, and then we got a brawl, like MJF had a match against Billy Gunn, which then led to the brawl between MJF, Warlow, and the Jurassic Express. And then the big lumberjack match this Wednesday on TNT. I actually watched it for a third time today. Very great, a great lumberjack match between Warlow and Luchasaurus. But as for this match, it feels pretty predictable. I'm going to go with MJF and Warlow to pick up the victory here. Clearly, MJF has World Championship feud against whoever written all over him. So that's where I see him going. But if it was up to me, I would actually wait for MJF to get the world title match until maybe when the full crowds come back. Maybe MJF and Wardlow can go for the tag team titles. Why not? It would be nice, I think, to see MJF and Warlow go for the tag team titles, but I don't see that happening. More than likely, MJF's going to move into the world title picture. He's number one in the rankings for about 4 weeks now, and MJF and Warlow, they're going to finally put an end to this feud with Luchasaurus and Jungle Boy at Fyter Fest, with those guys getting the win. I'm going with MJF and Wardlow. To me, one of the more underrated matches on this night one, maybe even the whole entire Fyter Fest, is Private Party with Matt Hardy in their corner to go up against Santana and Ortiz. These two teams actually had a really good tag team match back in November on Dynamite, with the Private Party picking up the victory. And how times have changed then. Private Party is now with their coach, I guess. Their coach, Matt Hardy, and they're going up against Santana and Ortiz, with Matt Hardy picking up the victory over Santana on Dynamite this past week. I'm actually really looking forward to this match. This could be one of the more underrated matchups on Fyter Fest throughout the 2 nights. But this one, it's kind of hard to predict because, like, you can have the storyline with Matt as Private Party has Matt Hardy. Now they're going to build up momentum for those guys. You could have Santana and Ortiz get the win, and Matt Hardy has to teach Private Party more things before they become successful in AEW. But with Matt Hardy out there in the corner of Private Party, I'm going to go with the Private Party to defeat Santana and Ortiz here. And I think Private Party could be on a good roll. Maybe it'll lead them to a tag team match for the tag titles. We'll see. But this could be a great match. I'm really looking forward to it. And I'm going with Private Party to defeat Santana and Ortiz. For the AEW Women's Championship, we have the challenger Penelope Ford versus the women's champion Hikaru Shida. And I actually did not like the way that AEW went about this. It had a tag team match with Nyla Rose and Penelope Ford to go up against Hikaru Shida and Chris Statlander. And actually, Penelope Ford pinned Shida to get her team to win, and it earned her a title match. I don't like that whatsoever. That is Monday Night Raw, SmackDown garbage that they do almost every single week. I can't stand it. It's absolutely lazy. And AEW went this route to get Penelope Ford the title match. I don't like it, but I gotta give it the same criticism as the WWE Because if I don't, then I'll get attacked for it. So, yeah. But Ford and Sheeta had a brawl this past Wednesday on Dynamite, kind of to get you ready for their women's championship match at Fyter Fest. But I feel like this one's pretty predictable. I'm going with Sheeta. She just won the championship at Double or Nothing against Nyla Rose, and it would make no sense whatsoever to take the championship. Excuse me, to take the championship off of her right now. She's got to be the women's champion for a while. I actually see her putting that title on the line at All Out against Nyla Rose because Nyla Rose, she's building up momentum ever since she lost to Sheeta at Double or Nothing, and I think that Nyla Rose is eventually going to get her rematch. I actually thought it was going to be at Fyter Fest, but now I'm thinking All Out. So I'm going with Hikaru Shida to defeat Penelope Ford here. I feel like this is going to be a good match. There's that great spotlight for Penelope Ford here to show us what she can really do against their best women's wrestler in Hikaru Shida. She's going to put on a good performance, but she's not winning whatsoever. So I'm going with Hikaru Shida to defeat Penelope Ford here and retain the AEW Women's Championship. For the TNT Championship, we have challenger Jake Hager and the champion Cody. Now, a lot of people are giving this match criticism, like they don't care about the match for Jake Hager and Cody because Jake Hager had a dud against Moxley in April. But I'm actually looking at this for a revenge match for Jake Hager from that bad match with John Moxley because, like I said, that was not good. That was not a good match. That was actually one of the worst matches of 2020 in my opinion. But this is a revenge match for Hager, and I actually think he's going to put on a good match with Cody. It's going to be a good story told match with Cody coming back from the monster. Just probably going to be similar to Double or Nothing with Lance Archer. But as for the result, I'm pretty sure we are 95% sure that Cody is definitely going to retain the TNT Championship. Cody just won the championship. Cody just started the TNT Open Challenge to the entire locker room. It started after Double or Nothing, so there's no reason for Cody to be dropping the TNT Championship here. I was actually thinking, the night Jake Hager debuted on the debut episode, I was like, pretty much, I think in the future, we're going to get a rivalry between Cody and Jake Hager, maybe like a year in or a couple months in. And we're getting this match at Fyter Fest, but I really think that this is their big rivalry. I still think that Cody and Jake Hager are going to have a big rivalry, like a big build-up rivalry, and that'll culminate in a match on pay-per-view, maybe at a Revolution or at Full Gear or whatever. But I still see Cody and Hager feuding in the future. But like Arn Anderson said in the press conference, it's definitely not Jake Hager's time yet. It's wrong timing. It's not Jake Hager's time. Cody will retain the TNT Championship. I actually think the match is going to be really good. I'm looking forward to it. I actually like Jake Hager, and he's not bad. He put on one bad match. I understand that, but he ain't bad, and I think he is going to get his revenge with a really good match here against Cody for the TNT Championship. But I'm going to be picking Cody to retain that TNT Championship against Jake Hager at Fyter Fest. I assume this is going to be the main event for night one of Fyter Fest, as it should. But for the AEW Tag Team Championships, we have the Best Friends, who are the hottest team in AEW, versus the Tag Team Champions, Kenny Omega and Adam Hangman Page. I listened to Tony Khan this past week on AEW Unrestricted with his Fyter Fest preview, and he actually said that he thinks that the match that the fans are going to love the most is the Best Friends versus Kenny Omega and Adam Hangman Page, and I have to agree with him. It is the match that I am looking forward to the most. I guess you could say on the entire Fyter Fest card, and that's a fact. I'm looking forward to this match the most. Best Friends are the workhorses of the tag team division in AEW. They cannot put on a bad match ever, and Kenny and Hangman, they're just so great together at what they do. Them being a tag team, the tag team champions, has really elevated the tag team division in AEW before FTR came. But I'm really looking forward to this match. I'm glad it's probably going to be main eventing in night one. And if you give these two teams 20 to 25 minutes on the main event of Fyter Fest, they could deliver a fantastic tag team match for you, and that's what I think is definitely going to happen. Now the result. The result's pretty tricky, but I was thinking of taking the Best Friends, but I've got to go with Kenny Omega and Adam Hangman Page to retain again. They're just great together. I know they've done everything they could for the tag team championships, that they've defended them against SCU twice, the Lucha Brothers, the Young Bucks, Sabian and Jimmy Havoc, and the Natural Nightmares. They have done so much great things with the tag team titles in AEW that if they ended if their reign ended against the Best Friends at Fyter Fest, I would call it a great reign. They have had the best title reign in AEW so far, in my opinion. But I'm going to be picking Kenny Omega and Adam Hangman Page. I know the Best Friends have all the momentum in the world right now, but for storyline purposes, I don't see the Best Friends winning the tag team titles. I'm going with Omega and Page to get another successful title defense, and I think that Omega and Adam Hangman Page walk in to All Out defending the tag team titles either against the Dark Order, Evil Uno and Stu Grayson, or MJF and Warlow. Like I mentioned earlier, I would love for those two to go for the tag team titles, but this should be probably the best match on Fyter Fest. Like Tony Khan said on the AEW Unrestricted podcast, that he thinks that this is going to be the best match for Fyter Fest, and it's the match I'm looking forward to the most. I think these two teams are going to tear the house down at Daly's Place, and Omega and Adam Hangman Page will become the new tag team champions, and Best Friends will definitely be the tag team champions in AEW in the future, but now is not the time. I got Omega and Page retaining the tag team champions to end night one. Now we're going to start off night two of Fyter Fest with a six-man tag between SCU, Christopher Daniels, Scorpio Sky, and Frankie Kazarian versus the Dark Order, led by Mr. Brody Lee, Colt Cabana, and Stu Grayson. I feel like this is a very predictable match. I'm going with the Dark Order, and Colt Cabana will get the pin for the Dark Order, and Colt Cabana is officially going to join the Dark Order here at Fyter Fest for the storyline between Brody Lee and Colt Cabana, making Colt feel comfortable in the Dark Order, getting him a couple wins in the Dark Order, and then I don't think Colt Cabana is going to be in there full time. He'll probably turn on Brody Lee, turn face on Brody Lee, and it'll lead to a match. But as of now, I'm looking forward to the storyline between Colt Cabana and Brody Lee. It's good television between Cabana and Brody Lee. But as for Fyter Fest, I do think that Mr. Cabana is going to join the Dark Order at Fyter Fest, and therefore I'm going with the Dark Order to beat SCU. Next up at Fyter Fest for night 2, we have Joey Janella versus Lance Archer. And you know what, folks? I'm taking Joey Janella for this one. Yes, I'm taking the bad boy to overconquer the Murder Hawk monster Lance Archer. The bad boy really, really needs a win right now to beat Lance Archer and get that momentum for his team with Sonny Kiss. Yeah, I'm just kidding. I'm taking Lance Archer to beat Joey Janela. I'm not stupid. Lance Archer, he's actually the one who needs the victory over Janela. The only reason Janela is in this match is to put over Lance Archer, and Janela sells his ass off pretty good. So Joey Janela is going to sell his ass off for Lance Archer. So I'm not taking Joey Janela, you fools. I'm taking Archer to defeat Janela at Fyter Fest. If the Best Friends versus Kenny Omega and Adam Hangman Page is not going to be the best match at Fyter Fest, then it's going to be this one. 8-man tag with Young Bucks and FTR versus the Lucha Brothers, the Butcher, and the Blade. And I just counted on my notes. I saw the match cards for both nights, and I counted that there are 12 tag teams competing at Fyter Fest. 11 if you don't count MJF and Warlow as a tag team. That is incredible. That is absolutely incredible. It shows you the depth of the tag team division that AEW has, and it shows you that they are the best tag team division in the world. And if you don't think that, you're a fool. You're just fooling yourself, and you're saying it to be a WWE show. That's it. This match is going to prove to you why, if you don't think so already, that AEW is miles ahead of everybody else in the tag team division. You got 3 of the best tag teams in the world in one match with the Young Bucks, FTR, and the Lucha Brothers. Those 3 teams in it together is going to make the match must watch. And the Butcher and the Blade, they are a very underrated tag team. They're alright at what they do. They're alright. But my problem with them is they constantly lose all the time. And when they lose all the time, I can't take them seriously. So they're in this match to probably take the pin. So it's very predictable. Obviously, the Young Bucks and FTR are going to win, and they're going to build to a match. Hopefully, they slow build it, and I hope this match needs to be in front of an audience. At least some capacity, 50% capacity, 25% capacity, whatever. This match needs to happen in front of an audience. Real fans, not the wrestlers, the real fans. Because when that match happens, neither FTR or the Young Bucks are going to win. The winner is going to be the fans. And this match, I'm going with FTR and the Young Bucks. This should be amazing. This should be one amazing match at Fyter Fest. And I'm going with FTR and the Young Bucks to get the victory for their team. This could be. I've said it for weeks now on my AEW Dynamite reviews if you guys haven't watched. This could be the most entertaining match of 2020. Chris Jericho versus Orange Cassidy. I'm going to get it out of the way right now. I'm taking Chris Jericho. I was going to take Orange Cassidy, but did some thinking, and I'm going to take Chris Jericho. Because Chris Jericho, as we know, he's going to have that big match with Mike Tyson at All Out. Whether you guys like it or don't like it, it's going to happen. It's going to be Chris Jericho versus Mike Tyson at All Out. And Chris Jericho needs a win going into that match with Mike Tyson at All Out. But this is going to be Orange Cassidy's breakout performance where he turns into a star and he turns into one of the most popular wrestlers in the world if he isn't already. A lot of people gave this man criticism when he first stepped in to the world of pro wrestling, more importantly to the world of AEW. It's like, this character sucks, he barely wrestles, he doesn't speak, he's lazy, he does this. People were hating on Orange Cassidy. Then finally, Orange competed at Revolution against Pac, and he showed you what he could do. And when he showed you what he could do, he put on a fantastic performance, and that crowd was left with their jaws dropped. And then Orange Cassidy got better and better and better and more popular in the AEW ranking, in AEW's eyes. And now look where he is, man. He is at the co-main event of Fyter Fest against Chris Jericho, who is definitely gonna make him look good. Chris Jericho will definitely, he's in there to make Orange Cassidy look good. Yes, he's gonna get the win, but they will protect Orange Cassidy in defeat, in my opinion. There could be shenanigans from the Inner Circle and the Best Friends. I do think they both get involved, but at the end of the day, Chris Jericho is going to hit that Judas effect on Orange Cassidy, and Jericho is going to beat Orange Cassidy, and we'll see where Orange goes from here. But like I said, this is going to be Orange Cassidy's big breakout performance in AEW, where everybody is going to know who Orange Cassidy is. If they haven't already, I'm sure most of the people do know, but to the people who still give this man criticism, Orange Cassidy is going to shut them up at Night 2 of Fyter Fest against Chris Jericho. But, like I said, I'm taking Jericho to defeat Orange Cassidy. And finally, the main event of Fyter Fest, we have the AEW World Championship on the line. Brian Cage, Jon Moxley. This is going to be a physical war. Now, before I talk about the match, this past week Renee Young did test positive for the COVID-19, and Jon Moxley stayed home from Dynamite because he didn't want to spread the virus around to everybody. So it just shows you how good of a human Jon Moxley really is. And then it was rumored that Jon Moxley tested negative for coronavirus. Now, if he's home with his wife, Renee Young, and she has the virus, more than likely Jon Moxley is going to get the virus. He's going to get the virus. So we don't know if this match is going to happen, but I'm going to talk like it is going to happen. But I feel like on Jon Moxley's mind, Fyter Fest is really on the bottom of the barrel in Jon Moxley's mind. His most important thing on his mind is to make sure that his wife is okay and that he doesn't get the virus. Now let's talk about the match. Let's talk about the match, y'all. Brian Cage and Moxley. I thought this was very predictable going into it. But now with this coronavirus situation, could AEW take the World Championship off of Jon Moxley and put it on the machine Brian Cage? I don't know, man. I don't think it's going to happen, but it's very debatable. Can you imagine Taz cutting promos with Brian Cage as the AEW World Champion? That would be great television. But at the same time, Brian Cage just came to AEW, and it would look very rushed if Brian Cage immediately became the world champion in AEW. But it could happen, and if it does happen, it could be a transitional reign for Brian Cage, maybe for Moxley, just to get the title back until he's healthy and ready to go. It could happen, but I don't see that route going. I'm going with Jon Moxley to attain the AEW World Championship. I actually don't think this is going to be a clean finish. I actually see Darby Allin making his return to All Elite Wrestling for the first time since Double or Nothing, costing Brian Cage the match, and it's going to set up a feud between Darby Allin and Brian Cage. Going back where Taz was trying to recruit Darby Allin, he kept telling him what he did wrong in the match with Cody back in April in the TNT title tournament. And that's going to get the feud going between Darby Allin and Brian Cage going into All Out. But as for this, Moxley's going to retain. I'm going with Moxley, and we'll see what he does going into All Out. More importantly, hopefully Moxley and his wife Renee Young are okay. WWE did not even contact Renee Young to make sure that she is okay and she's doing well. How hard is it to take 5 seconds out of your day and say, "Hey Renee, how are you feeling?" It's not hard, people. It's not hard. It shows you two tails of the tape. AEW cares about their employees. WWE does not give a single shit about their employees. That's the way I'm going to end the Fyter Fest preview predictions. And I want to thank you guys for watching this video. If you have not already, subscribe right here on the Big Fight Field channel. I don't know what the schedule is going to be for next week. It depends upon work. It's more than likely just going to be a Fyter Fest review, and then maybe something over the weekend. I'm not sure, but you guys are definitely going to get the Fyter Fest review on Wednesday night with myself and my guest, Sammy Kaloff. So he's going to be joining me Wednesday night for night one of the Fyter Fest review. Comment down below. I want to know your predictions for Fyter Fest on Wednesday night. Give me all the matches, night one and night two, in the comments down below. Like this video if you enjoyed me talking about Fyter Fest preview and predictions. Follow me on Twitter at Conlon_Joseph and Instagram as well at Conlon_Joseph. And I'm getting out of here. I'm going to go rest up, upload this video, put some ice packs on because like I said in the beginning, this is absolutely killing me and I got to get this healed up. So that's that. And I'll see you guys Wednesday night for the Fyter Fest review right here on the Big Fight Field channel with Sammy Kaloff, a good friend from Twitter. And yeah, guys, have a good day, stay safe, and enjoy Fyter Fest this Wednesday on TNT.